So, I want to talk about congratulations on the EP, Lost.
Thank you.
Beautiful. It actually kind of has a little bit of an Austin sound to it. Recorded where, in LA?
No, it was actually recorded in Columbus, Ohio with the band Camp.
Okay, yeah. And you had mentioned in a previous interview that one of the only good things about the last couple of years is that a lot of these live bands that you look up to, that you wanted to work with, are actually off the road.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of really amazing things that have happened in the last few years, but that is definitely one of the top things. But yeah, a lot of people that I've wanted to work with and collaborate with have had more time to work with other people instead of tour.
Excellent. I want to talk about how you found your sound musically. Obviously, you come from a musical family. How was it a struggle finding your own sound, or was it just something that kind of came to you as the years went along?
I wouldn't say that I found my own sound. I mean, I take a lot from the bands and artists that I listen to. Like, the sound that you'll hear tonight, if you stick around, is very, very inspired by bands like Nirvana and Interpol and Smashing Pumpkins, and you can really hear it. I can't take credit for, that kind of stuff, but, and even, my writing is very, my lyrics are very heavily inspired by, Andy Hull from Manchester Orchestra or Conor Oberst from Bright Eyes. I kind of listen to everything, so I feel like whether consciously or subconsciously, I'm always taking pieces from all different genres. Speaking
of your writing, both on your album and the new EP, it seems like, you do write, you really put your heart out there, very vulnerable. From someone who's basically lived their whole life in the public eye, is there a little bit of fear in doing that? Because, everything's out there, you're always on camera. Is there part of you that's kind of I want to hold a little bit of this to myself? Or is it just I just need to get this out there and let people know how I truly feel?
Well, I've kind of noticed that in the past when I have tried to have some kind of a private life, it usually ends up not happening. So it's kind of just it just makes sense for me to be in entertainment. It's not like I could go be a nurse, you know what I mean? It'd be weird having paparazzi in a hospital trying to get picked. You know what I mean? It's just it makes sense for me to just go into entertainment.
Sure.
And also it would be kind of a waste of the platform that I was born with, to not use it for something good, like helping people, whether it be through activism or charity work or, a heart-to-heart with a fan, or making music that makes some people feel heard. Mm-hmm. It would feel like a waste to just throw that away and kind of selfish to go into hiding and not use it for good.
Speaking of your past, you've talked a lot about this openly, about some struggles you've had in terms of mental health and stuff like that. And how important is it to you to be a voice for the voiceless, or people that, might hear your music or see an interview from you and be like, hey, I relate to this girl because I'm going through some things and she's out there and she's still surviving and she's speaking out about things that a lot of people sometimes don't want to speak out about?
Yeah, I mean, mental health it's a tricky thing because, I've had some people ask me oh, well, what would you do in this situation? I'm struggling with this and what should I do? Because I'm not a professional. I have zero experience. I went to community college for a semester. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have any experience in that kind of stuff, so I can't give solid advice other than I'm here for you and I hear you and I understand you because I am you kind of thing. That's all I really can do.
Yeah. Musically, you're really breaking onto the scene. Also, you're heavily involved in the fashion world. What do you enjoy most about doing modeling and just that life and that fashion world? What do you enjoy the most about that?
It's art. I just love all different forms of art, and when I get to see when I get to go to a fashion show and be one of the first people to see these very unique looks, it's exciting. It's just like going to an exhibit or going to a museum. It's really, really rad. And to be able to wear the pieces and be kind of, in a way, become a piece of that art, or help put that art on display, it's fun.
Yeah. And speaking of art, acting, of course, is also something that you're into. Is there a role that you have not played yet that you want to play, in terms of, not anything in particular, but a type of role?
Marvel superhero.
Really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a superhero. I grew up reading the comics. My brothers and I had the Marvel encyclopedia growing up, so that's...
Is there a particular superhero that you're I should play that? That's me.
Any of them, man. Even if it was a supervillain, I don't care. I just want to be a part of a Marvel project.
Okay. Are you listening? Are you listening, Hollywood?
Love me.
The word
please.
is out there right now. But before